What in the world?
Welcome back to Ray's A-Frame Adventure.
Episode 40! Alright, so what's this about?
Well, if you remember in the last episode, I ended up with welder's flash burn.
Oh yeah, and you were recommended to use home remedies to take care of it.
Yeah, they helped, but it was a painful lesson to remind myself to use the proper safety gear.
Okay, Mr. Slow Learner, now can we finish these stairs?
Alright, it's the next day. My eyesight is returning pretty good.
Thank God.
Pain's pretty much gone away.
You got that right.
Still tearing up a little bit, but anyway, I got my proper safety goggles on today.
Bravo!
So, what I'm doing today, we've got to grind out some areas, grind down the rough spots in the ground.
Hey, you should have warned the viewers it was going to be loud before you started that.
It's going to be loud.
Using the angle grinder and
Thanks.
a disc on here, like a metal disc, which will take down any of the rough spots really fast. And then after that, we're going to use the wire whisk here, which is we've already got here in some side, and that just spins and that'll clean off some of that old paint and some of the rust and stuff, and be able to primer this and paint it up. All right, I have everything ground down and roughly smoothed off there with the angle iron, or excuse me, the angle grinder and the metal abrasive pad. Okay, and I'm going to spray it here with the Rust-Oleum paint and primer all in one.
That's convenient.
2 times here.
Yeah, especially if
good
you're
for just
lazy.
about everything here, it says.
Hey, the faster we're done,
We're
the
going to be
faster we
doing
can
this,
eat.
and I've got this all precariously set up, as you can see.
Right.
It's balanced.
I'm counting the seconds before this falls.
Yeah, before I start painting, though, I want to mention, like, I'm not sanding it down super smooth, you know, I'm just getting it
Must you?
kind of cleaned off, the old rust and stuff off of it.
All right.
Because I really don't want it to be a real pristine, clean, new finish. I want it to have that kind of feel of the fact that it's been out in the field and it's got some rust and stuff to it.
Okay, let's just not
All
paint
right, here we are going to install the new gangplank here for the upper loft.
Arr, go
For
off
the stairs to connect into, and I had to remove my old railing here, which fit into the log there, so I took my skill saw and just kind of notched out some junk with the chisel and the hammer and hacked it off. We're taking the angle grinder, we're going to smooth that out, make it look a little more natural. Of course, in doing that, we set off the smoke alarm here, so I had to put the vector back on the smoke alarm because the dust and smoke and stuff from the angle grinder
Please
was
stop.
setting off the alarm. And I cut off the flooring here to be level across here, even rather, and that way the new gangplank will come and hook right into that area.
Arr.
All right, I got the first truss in place, just kind of resting in place. Got it tied off with some rope here temporarily. And it needs to be flush with the bottom of that, so I'm gonna have to notch that log and kind of recess that back in. This is actually sitting up high on the log, which I'll notch that log down to where I got the lines there, and that'll drop that down into there, I hope.
Me too.
Man.
Uh,
All right, I got the
what's all this?
2 trusses up there.
Watch and learn.
Right now, the big one.
Did you get engineering for this?
Tied off with some ropes and stuff, so
Should we be standing under this?
should be safe.
Oh, now I'm scared.
Wow, that was too much of a one-man. That was really like a 2-3 man job, but
You think?
anyway, got it under by myself, so it looks like it's gonna work. And my drill bit broke, so I gotta go buy a drill that'll actually drill through this metal, because the one I have is lousy. Okay, here I am installing the trusses here, and the holes that I drilled through my plate. Got a new drill bit, went super fast with a cobalt tip on it. Anyway, I've got these holes drilled, so I'm putting in these screws. They're construction screws. They replace the 1/4-inch lags. Headlock. They're actually 4.5 inches, but they don't need to be that long. That's what I had on hand. So those are going to go in like this.
Steady, Ace.
Hey, I'm trying to do this one-handed while holding the camera and trying not to fall off the beam.
Oh, you mean the 1.25 beam?
Wait for it.
Yeah.
All right, you don't need to hear all
What?
that. Anyway, those get screwed in there, and I've got 2 holes for each one. So
What's he
that'll be
saying?
tight.
I'm deaf now.
Don't be dramatic.
All right, I
What?
think I'm finally about ready to wrap up this staircase project.
Praise the Lord.
At any rate, I got the
What is it with you today and those
staircase
sound
pretty much
effects?
in. The floor framing trusses pretty much in. Everything's settled out. I added some cross beams coming across here, some pipe to hold up that staircase a little bit better. And then I had to remove this. There was a pipe here that went down. Of course, it was blocking the cabinets and stuff from opening. And then I also had to jack this up just to miss this drawer that was here. So as you can see, it just hits up against the granite there. And in order to jack it up, I had to put in some new floor spacers here.
One more time, mister.
Went to a 2.5 inch instead of just a 2 inch, which jacked everything up about a half inch so I could clear that
That's
door.
it.
So a lot of things I was trying to miss here.
No dessert for you.
And
What?
just clears the door when it opens down here, and the door comes open at about a 90 degree.
No ice cream?
It stops there, which is good.
Nope.
So what I did is I mounted...
No waffles
on
with
the
maple
side here.
syrup?
Nope.
Nothing?
I mounted the staircase through the handle back up into the
Maybe
beam
just a
here,
rice cake.
and that let me remove the support that was here going to the floor.
Rice cake?
And everything now seems really tight and sturdy.
No thanks.
So I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm trying to
at
cut
this
back
point.
on cardboard.
I still got to screw it to the floor, but having not even done that yet, it's still really, really solid. So that's great. Well, it's about the end of another long day here, and I've got all my floor trusses in. And what I've done is I've scabbed on, I've bolted on a 2x4 along the top here, using them as stringers, I guess.
No, but we get what you
At
mean.
this point in the day, I really don't care. But anyway, so I've got those strapped down there. And the reason I did that was when I go ahead and I put the decking on, which is going to be a 2x material, not this 2x, it's going to be actually 2x8. But I'll have something to screw to going into the wood versus trying to screw into the metal. I'll just screw into the wood. So these have been bolted onto here, onto the metal, and then I'll use that to screw down my decking. So that'll be a lot better than trying to screw individually every board through that metal. Another thing I'd like to mention is this did not line up, this railing here. So the bar was overlapping the other bar, so I cut it off, and I'll have to come back up here and tack weld this into place. But it went out and actually overlapped this, and I didn't like that. And so it also had an issue with this door clearing, because the gate I wanted to make functional, which it will slide.
Where's my WD-40?
We can't do it from here, but it does slide like that. So it kind of closes up the area there. Sorry, I'm turning you sideways. But at any rate, I wanted that to be operational. Not that you ever really use it, but it's just kind of a cool feature. So I thought it looked good.
It'll keep the sheep penned in.
That's enough for now. All right, I'm installing the flooring on the gangplank here.
Walk the plank, matey.
How many voices live inside your
loft.
head?
And
many.
much like the other floor, I'm actually putting down
Alrighty
some
then.
subfloor adhesive here on each of the wood part trusses here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put the boards on here, and I'll screw them down as well with some 3-inch screws. So that should be nice and sturdy. So you can probably hear the generator running in the background, but for this many screws on this type of decking here, this 2x8, it's just better to use the power drill. The portable drills just go dead kind of fast, and that's much quicker. So I was working on fixing this last step, getting it reinstalled last night, and I was tired and probably should have just quit for the day. But it slipped out of my hand and hit the ladder and then bounced over here and hit the refrigerator.
Don't cry.
I haven't even peeled the plastic off this yet, the protective plastic, but
It's not
if we
manly.
dented that, I'll have to see about
Well, there goes our dessert
maybe getting
budget
that
for the
panel
month.
place where I can take it off, bang it out a little
What?
bit. Okay, let's not cry.
All right, buck up, me lads.
It's foggy out this morning. Had some rain last night in the mountain, and out walking this morning. And well, what do we have here? Look at there, another patch of wild tomatoes growing in an area that, well,
Oh no,
let's
don't
just say
tell
I
him.
kind of use once in a while. Isn't that interesting?
Where's your filter, mister?
Oh, well, oh my.
30th, beautiful morning here above the clouds, above the fog here as it rises up in the valley. Anyway, I'm up here in the loft area, as you can tell, and I've got all my planks in from yesterday, the flooring, and now I'm going to put on this plywood underlayment that'll go up on top, and that way it'll match the plywood over here as far as the level of floor before I finally decide to do carpet or whatever over the whole thing at some point. But anyway, making progress here. So like the rest of the flooring here, I used the liquid nail subfloor adhesive, and that's what I'll do with this plywood here, this 1/4 inch. I'll put the adhesive down, spread it out, and then I will also screw it down on top of that with, like, I don't know, 1-inch screws. All right, here's the rest of the floor installed here, and I had to cut around the beam here, the log beam, as you can see. Oh, what'd you use, a beaver to do that? Hey, I didn't want to go down and get my jigsaw, so I just used a circular saw. Oh, lazy, huh? No, it's not that I'm lazy, I just didn't... Lazy, huh? No, I'm not lazy, yeah, I was kind of lazy. Anyway, took my angle grinder here with a sanding pad on it and just ground this. It was a little bit of a difference here, so just kind of ground off that edge so that'll match up good. And like that. Oh, and one more thing here. So I got the railing all installed. And here, I couldn't get the welder up here because the cord and stuff wasn't long enough. So I decided to just bracket this over and join this last piece where I had cut to match that up instead of welding it. And I'll put a little paint on that. So that'll give it a nice rustic look. I think that'll be fine. It's super, super sturdy, by the way. And then this side here, I put this little rail in to kind of close off this side here. And I've just got a little angle bracket there.
Also got my wild grapes growing over here, and no, I don't use this area for anything.
Thank goodness.
This wild muscadine grape that's growing. It looks smaller than last year. Not sure what that's about, but we'll see how they ripen out.
Well, my fellow A-frame adventurers, it's the moment we've all been waiting for, all the way since back in episode 10, where I showed you a preview of the cabin. And now, I can't believe it's been that many episodes ago.
Me neither.
But here we are, and so I'd like to take a tour of the cabin again at this future point, again, that we showed in episode 10, but now we're all caught up. So just enjoy as we take this tour.
Ooh, can I lead the tour?
Sure, as long as you don't make any smart comments.
Oh, maybe I'll just get some popcorn and watch.
Good idea.
Looks like we might be getting some rain soon, which is good. It's been dry the past few days. Been pretty darn hot too. But I gotta go back to Florida tomorrow, so checking out my wild tomatoes here, and one of them's pretty ripe yet. We're gonna go ahead and pick this guy. And, yeah, that's pretty nice.
You're gonna wash that first, right?
Of course. What do you think I am?
I have no idea, Blackbeard.
Arg, walk the plank.